I'm live. Am I live? I'm live. Sound is on. Picture on. That looks different. Hello, everyone, and welcome to 52 Miniatures, live stream number 23. My name's Alex. For those of you that usually watch this live stream, you'll see that things are looking a little bit different, and that's because I'm doing things different. Yeah. Usually I have a fancy camera there, and now I don't. The fancy camera's here. In case you want to see my scalp, you can see my scalp. Okay. How you doing, everyone? There's lots of people in the chat already. Hello, Iron Miniatures and Marcus. Mark from Montana. How are you doing? Are you really supposed to be doing your lap swimming? I thought that was not allowed anymore. You know, Clyde Dashing. How are you? Adrian. See you in a bit. And Phil, how are you doing? Good to be good to get the thumbs up done before the stream starts, folks. No distractions. Listen to Mr. Phil. I agree. The image is a little bright, right? Can I make the image a little bit darker? I want to make the image darker. Give me a sec. Oh, that's better. Good evening, George and Giuseppe from Italy. How are you doing? And hello, Blue Fangs. Sorry for being a bit absent. You don't have to be sorry. What have you been doing? I've been missing you. Hi. Hello, Cyborg Sloth. And Michael from NYC. How you doing? Rusty Beetle as well. And Alison, good morning. So many people are here. Wonderful patrons. It's great to see you. Good afternoon, Joe from Minnesota. Oh, I've got the squeaky chair today. Indeed, Joe, I was in Minneapolis, which is in Minnesota. Hello, Halika. Trying to figure where to start diminishing my pile of plastic. Well, there's always fire. I don't think they drown. Water doesn't work. Could probably dilute, like pour acetone on it. Slowly disfigure, and then you can shape it into a ball and just paint the ball red, and you're done. It's only bright because it isn't a color that matches your attire. The brightness, do you mean, is not a color that matches my attire? Yeah. No, as I said, I've got a camera that I don't like that's filming me right now. I would like to have a camera that I like that films me right now, but then you need to like really transfer lots of money to my PayPal. Mark says lap swimming is not only allowed, it's required. Well, there you go. Good, Mark. I'm glad you're keeping fit. Hello, Michael Strange. And welcome back. Yes, thank you. Cyber Sloth, this ain't no bunker. Yeah, no, it's in the corner of the bunker. I'm going to try this setup because that means I can, if I want, I can I'd like to do some painting if possible during the stream. I'm not sure if it is possible. I'm not going to be painting this miniature, but it is indeed possible to do it because of the setup. So I could, I could be painting here. Paint. Yeah, we'll see how we go. I'd like to be able to get some paint on some things because it's like my schedule is a bit off. You might have noticed that there hasn't been many videos up in a while, which is one of the reasons is I've been traveling to Canada and the USA in Minnesota. But I've also had quite a lot of just regular work that has kept me from finishing this lovely diorama that I'm working on. That is for the next video, and the sponsors are kind of wondering where the video is, and so are you, and so I want to get done. Nightfall. I've read your comments before. I don't know why you need to we'll go around trash talk Miniac like that, especially not in my stream. I don't really appreciate it. I think he's a great person, and so yeah, if that's all you want to say in the comments and in this chat, I'd just prefer if you'd leave. Thank you. Hello, Peter Gonstrom. Mick Lanigan. Hello, Alex. Welcome back to the old country. Did you bring back goodies? I didn't bring tons of things. I have a few things to show. It's nothing massive. It's like when I flew over, because I was going to make videos with both Dave and with Scott. Dave from Miniwargaming and Scott is Miniac Scott. And so there was a lot of gear was packed, and my allowance was, what was my allowance? I can't remember. It's like 32 kilos or something, and I packed, or 25 or 27, and I packed 26.5. I can't remember. I was about half a kilo off the max limit. And so there wasn't much room to bring many goodies back because the packages were full. Moscow Cowboy from Florida. How are you doing? And how are you doing down at Dying to Paint? Good to see you here. Phil says regarding the pile of shame and how to get rid of it the fastest is that Tamiya Thin works as well, just to melt it all into a pile. Michael Strange is asking me, are you still enjoying the new hobby lamp? I am. It's indeed right here doing this. Yeah, I like it. I liked it as well because I packed it and I brought it. I didn't bring it with me to the States. But before that, I did some painting. Like I had a weekend off. I didn't have a weekend off. I had a weekend not off, so I needed to bring things to paint so I could paint while I was actually not in town. And so I brought some paint and my Mini and stuff like that. And I actually packed the lamp, and it folds down pretty simple and traveled easy. So I was kind of happy with that. I kind of like how it works out here because I can move it around a bit more, like have some more lights or not, So yeah, I like it. This is the Redgrass Games desk lamp, if you're wondering what I'm talking about. Giuseppe is wondering, do you have any new juicy projects or collaborations? I mean, I just had the 2 juicy collaborations, I guess. No new collaborations planned, especially since the collaborations I've done are not even done yet. There's like videos to edit from what has been created with Dave and what has been created with Scott. Both those videos, by the way, will not be shown on the 52 Miniatures channel. They will, the one I'm doing with Dave will be shown on Midwinter Minis. No, it won't. Guy's gonna be like, score! I got a free video on Miniwargaming's site or YouTube, and the one I did with Scott will be on Miniac's channel, Scott's channel, which is my joint decisions. But I just think that both the other channels have vast more subscribers, and the important thing of us collaborating is, I guess, that as many people as possible see the video, because hopefully they'll enjoy the videos, and so just the other channels have a further reach. But other projects, I have fun projects going. Here's one of them. that I'm working on right now, which is going to be for the next video. Is kind of a bit of a, so now you know what that video is going to be about, kind of. But I figured, you might as well see it. Why not? Still working on it. Just started slapping some paint on. Telltale signs of what the story might be, I guess. And then I've got another video planned after that, which is where I want to do a bit more of that scale modeling thing that I did, just turn the tables a little bit. And then we'll see. I have tons of ideas for videos and tons of things I should do. I need to finish my Stormcast army. I'm trying to figure out a concept of how to do that. Maybe just try and paint as many miniatures as possible and just do like a vlog thing, maybe. I've also got all my MDF terrain that needs to get primed and painted now that the weather's nice. Yeah. Hello, Bill Making Stuff. I hope you're doing well. I saw you because my chat jumped. It's good to see you, Bill. Aren't you leaving soon? Bill's going to hang out with cool people soon, I believe. I thought you were already gone, Bill. Blue Fangs, I hope you get more time to paint. Didn't you have much commissions and going? Did you burn out? I hope not. Clyde Dashing is asking, did you buy several cases of Mountain Dew code Red? No, I didn't. If you guys haven't watched it, I was on the Trapped Under Plastic podcast, which you can also watch on YouTube. I can link it down in the video description as soon as this live stream is finished. And so that's with Scott Miniac and John Ninjon. And Ninjon got me some Code Red Mountain Dew, I think maybe in the hopes of upsetting me a little bit by the intense flavors. And I kind of liked it. So it wasn't that bad. It tasted like cherry. So that was good. Hello, Ramirez. How are you doing? Michael Strange says, 60K subs. I remember when you just started. Keep up the great work, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Strange. It does feel like time flies, and yeah, I'm still having fun. So I guess that's the main thing, right? Paul says, it was nice to see you get out and about and collaborate with fellow creators. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I hope you guys will enjoy the videos that come out of it. What nasties, Cyborg Sloth? I missed the first bit. Hello, Giles from Switzerland. Thank you for the oil video. I bought some and I want to try it soon. But it's too intimidating. It's not too intimidating. You'll be fine. It's just oil paint. Look, there's plenty here. And it's not attacking me at all. No, sorry. Yeah. No, you'll be fine. Just don't put it on your prettiest mini the first thing you do, and just start messing around with it, and soon you'll figure it out. That's a video that I do want to make, is more of a full coverage of like how to use oil paints on miniatures. Step 1. We even had there's a Discord for the patrons. Please, by the way, if you want to support the channel, you can support by giving me money through Patreon, which means I can keep the show going pretty much. And there's a Discord channel connected to, if you join the Patreon, you get to join the Discord channel and talk to all the lovely people there. And one of them is me. There's also monthly challenges that it's a challenge to come up with whatever the monthly challenge is going to be. But last one, I think it was, or the one before that, was about oil painting. Just to give me more ideas of what I might be missing to put into the video on how to use oil paints. Yeah, so we'll it's definitely, it needs to be done, Eddie Frey asked me, "Did you learn something new during these collabs?" I think I did, probably. Well, I know I did. More of I guess the importance of enjoying the stuff, like not getting too stressed out about the things. Maybe just doing a lot of other things as well, not just spending every second of one's free time trying to make videos for YouTube. And just a combination of how much work it takes to do this, but also how important it is to maybe sometimes just try and be a little bit efficient, because honestly, every video doesn't need to be a masterpiece, maybe. I also learned that it was really fun to just meet these people that are sort of like colleagues, which is kind of why I wanted to do it, is just to, meet people that do the same thing that I'm doing, and that I thought, I'll enjoy these people, and I did. They were great people. So yeah. Thank you for some money, Clyde Dashing. I very much appreciate it. For the Welcome Home Fund, says Clyde Dashing. Thank you. I'll do you proud and actually spend that money on a beer. Am I allowed to say that on YouTube? I should be allowed to say that on YouTube. After this stream, I'm going to go meet a friend and have a beer. So the $5 comes in handy. Bill Making Stuff says, not yet, going on Sunday. Cool. How long are you away for, Bill? Like a week? I'm telling you, the jet lag is bad. I usually don't get way too affected, but this time I can't fall asleep. I wake up, I fall asleep during the day. There's all these ups and downs. I'm not hungry. I'm really hungry. I don't eat lunch. I snack all the time. All weird things. Mark is giving me thumbs up for the scale modeling thing. Hope I'll make you proud, Mark. Hello, Victor Riviera. How are you doing? Blue Fangs is saying she's having a workshop this weekend with Arnaud, which sounds very cool. I hope that will be lovely. Hello, Jan Andersson. Cybersloth asked, "Did you get any goodies or nasties, as in things to eat?" This your speaking in code, Cybersloth. I can show you some of the things that I did get, one was actually a gift during the podcast. I think should we have pictures? Isn't there? Let's see if I have a picture. How does this work? Switcher. Okay. So is there a wait? Is there a picture now? This was after Trapped Under Plastic, which was I had a lot of great food. This wasn't one of them. It wasn't too bad, but it wasn't great. But I was on the Trapped Under Plastic podcast, and I talked about what I would like, if things I'd like to paint, maybe not like to paint. I don't know if this was in the one that you can see, or if it was in what they call the after party, which is for their patrons. But I was talking about that I was a little bit scared of painting large things and like larger miniatures. I didn't really it took so much time. The one I did once, and I just really enjoy painting small miniatures. And I said maybe, you know, if I'd paint something large, maybe it would just be like a bust or a paint, you know, like a face. And so the day after, then Scott gave me this thing, which is indeed a face, a bust. So this fella, which is pretty cool. So one day I hope I'll get to paint this. It's a wonderful gift from Scott. And so this is from Banshee Miniature Academy. Is that what it says? Anyway. So that was pretty cool. So that was one of the things I got, which was a gift. The other thing I got, which was something I bought, was just because we were in a game store. And when I visit a game store, and it seems nice, which this one did. Also, a gentleman that works there called Dan really helped us out with the thing for the video. So I just, you know, I want to buy something when I'm in a game store because it's kind of like supporting the game store. And so I knew I needed this hero dude, maybe, for my army, which is this massive fella called Bastian Kartalos. It's actually huge. This is Bastian without a head, and this is a Space Marine. So I mean, Bastian is a pretty stout fellow. Yeah. Only it's also, I mean, I'll probably just do maybe a short video. I just kind of want to paint a miniature, just normal. Maybe just make a simple video on that. And it was $45, which is the most expensive miniature I've ever bought. I mean, I can't remember what the Soul Wars box was, but that was like twice the amount, kind of, maybe a little bit more. And there was 52 miniatures in that. This one cost $45, which, because of money, is about 560 Swedish krona. The thing is, in Sweden, this fella is about 330, I think, Swedish krona. So it's like plus 46% more expensive to buy Warhammer for me in the US compared to in Sweden, that was nice. Yeah, and then the very nice gentleman I talked about, who worked at the game store, Dan, got me this, which was very sweet. And it's a starter pack for Magic, which was $12. It's pretty good value for money. You get 2 decks of cards and I guess the rules and like deck boxes and stuff like that. I guess he's trying to corrupt me, make me play Magic, which now I'll have to try it because now I've got, you know, that thing. That is what I brought back from the United States of America and from Canada. I bought maple syrup for my son. It was the only thing he said. He said, "Bye, Dad, don't come home without maple syrup." Hello, Bercio and Isaac. Whoa, I'm so behind after all that gibberish. I feel like I made big life announcement on these live streams. Put it in my Tuesday notice on Tuesday. Thank you all for the support. You're going for the new job, Isaac. That's great. Good work. Hello, Anna-Karin. How are you doing? And Alan Muir, welcome. Killing You Softly says, your 1995 vintage Warhammer rescue video inspired me to rescue my old metal models. Yeah, I still have a dragon that I want to do. The huge dragon. It's just the coolest miniature ever because That's what I thought when I was a kid, and that stuff kind of sticks. Ramirez asks, what kind of beer do you drink up there? I think that depends on who's doing the drinking. You can get pretty much anything. And Scratch Basing is here. How are you doing? Yes, I also met up with Scratch Basing. He gave me a gift. It is with me somewhere in the luggage. Are you going with Bill Scratch Basing? Daniel Nordström is asking, did you offer them surströmming? Now, surströmming is essentially fermented herring, not to be confused with the pickled herring, which is actually nice. The fermented herring is just for silly people who enjoy torturing themselves. It probably would fit kind of well into the sort of grimdark future of Warhammer 40k. I imagined, a Nurgle demon pretty much smells like surströmming. But no, I didn't, Daniel, because that would be evil. It's a fish that people eat. I don't know why. It's like a tradition thing. It's actually rotten, kind of. Not really, but sort of fermented. I don't know. Weird. Never been my thing. Marcus is wondering about reverb from the mic. I don't know. There might be a reverb. I'm in a different spot, Marcus. I think I'm usually a bit closer to the mic as well. I'm also in a corner, so that makes things worse. Probably if I'm over here, there's not much reverb going, right? Oh, thank you, Mark from Montana, for a second beer with my friend. Thank you very much, Mark. I very much appreciate it. Hello, the end. Jan is saying I sound normal, so I don't know. I guess it depends on. I don't know. Mick Lanigan says magic would be fun to play with your son. Does the magic box you bought include the new black Aragorn image from Lord of the Rings? No, this is probably not that. This is like a very cheap starter set just to get, 2 full decks and the rules. Bill making stuff is saying Scratch Basing is not invited. You're mean sometimes, Bill. Where is nice Bill? Does he only come out on holidays? Cyborg Sloth says you're also not allowed to bring surströmming on a plane. Well, see, that's how toxic it is to the environment of fellow human beings. Hello, Caffeinated Miniatures. Good day, Alex. Popping in to hit the like button and do things for the algorithm. Got you on in the background while I try to do way too much editing. Good luck. I hope you're well. Killing You Softly is asking how many Ravaged Star models have you painted? I don't know. I think about 15, maybe. I did 10 for like a Stargrave crew, and I've done a hero, lady, 2 dwarves. Maybe that's it. 13. Yeah. So yeah, but it was a good time. essentially what I did was first. It all started with this fella, which I think, is there a fella there now? Dave from Miniwargaming. Essentially asked me if I wanted to go and make a video with him, and I thought that, yes, I should go make a video with Dave. Why not? It would be kind of silly to say that I was doing other things that were more important, because it's not very often someone just says, "Hi, do you want to come to Canada?" when you live in Sweden. And so I said yes, but then I also thought, if I'm going to go all the way to Canada, it would also be kind of silly not to do anything else. So then I talked to Scott Miniac and asked if he would, if he wanted to do something, and he said yes. So first I spent a few days with Dave, about 4 days, I think. And we did, wow, these were dirty. We worked on a video that became kind of slightly chaotic. I've started to look through the material and try and edit it. It's a lot of us just talking, which is always difficult when you're trying to make videos for our space on YouTube. Obviously, I'm just sitting here talking right now, but usually people kind of like to watch videos of, painting or lore, or as in stories, or gaming specifically. And usually they want to see someone painting, someone playing a game, or someone showing you a book about lore, I guess. And we're just kind of more talking about why we like the hobbies, kind of. In long kind of discussions in different places, and it's filmed in cars, it's filmed while we're out running, it's filmed while we're painting with Dave's son in his house, and all these kind of things. And so it will probably be a little bit of a challenge to edit together, just because of, it didn't really have much of a structure going, which is also kind of fun. What kind of a brush is this? Maybe not. Maybe. Could try. What's this? This is completely new. Let's try this one. Never tried that one before. Okay. And it was great. I stayed at the Miniwargaming bunker, which is essentially, that's where they make all their content. Now I need paper. Okay, so I didn't really prepare here. I'm just going to get some paper. So the Miniwargaming bunker is essentially like where they film all their content, like their battle reports and make videos and stuff like that. But it's also where you can go and play games, and you can also stay there. So it's sort of like a hotel, only sort of themed hotel. So there's like an orc room and whatever. I was in the Imperial officers suite, and my bed was under this huge double-headed eagle thingy, and all that kind of stuff. And during the days, we mainly spent at Dave's house, in his home, which was very nice. He's a very nice man, and I had a very good time. Okay, there's lots of talk about the surströmming. Rusty Beetle is asking, did you get some Stargrave games in with your printed chip? Yeah, 2 games I think it's featured in. Still haven't really got the grip of Stargrave like totally. But it's fun. It also even makes me more want to play what's the other game? The Monster Hunter game. Help me, please. So the worst thing with live streams is one's brain sort of turns into a bit of mush. Silver Bayonet. Thank you, Clive. Kind of makes me want to play Silver Bayonet even more for some reason. Because I think I realized when playing Stargrave that I would like something with even a bit more of a sort of storytelling, randomized action thing going. But yes, it has featured in some games. Killing You Softly says that's some damn good travel planning. You were in my state, and I like seeing my favorite paintings all come together. Yeah. Marcus Stratus says the Golden Throne. Yes, the bathroom, the toilet in the room that I was staying in had a sign on it that says the Golden Throne. This is a fact. But I mean, I'm not super huge into Warhammer, like massively. Not massively into Warhammer 40,000. But if you are, and you're in the neighborhood, I'm sure it would be an exceptional visit to sort of stay and play games, be in a battle report, stuff like that. Okay. I'm just gonna paint some and talk. See if I can paint and talk. I need to practice this. And so after spending some time with Dave, I got on a plane and went to Minneapolis, which is where Scott is, and the Miniac Scott. And spent some more days with him. We made the first. There was I think it was I landed on a Thursday, and so he picked me up and we went to his studio. And the first thing we did was a game stream that he does on Twitch, and we played a game called Demon Ship, which was a fun game. Essentially, it's a solo game on is it 6 inches by 6 inches? Something like that. It's a very, very small game. It's like a little box. It's a solo game that you're a survivor in a ship, and you're supposed to just, try and leave this ship without getting killed by demons that randomly sort of spawn and that are sort of AI controlled. It was very difficult to not die, basically. We didn't do anything but die. We didn't, win the game, which I guess is probably a good thing because, it's kind of a solo game. So the point of it is not to win the first time, because then I guess you'd probably never play it again, or not as much, maybe. Whereas if it's a challenge and it's just really kind of difficult to survive, then you probably like to keep on trying. And that was a lot of fun. That was the first thing we did. And that was a Thursday. And then on the Friday, John came up and we did the podcast, Trapped on the Plastic. And we also, after that, went out to eat lunch, and we went to the game store. I was about to say the game store was called The Shard, but that's like Lord of the Rings tower in London. I think it was called the Source. Anyway, and then after that we did some fine tuning of the script of the video that we were going to be working on. The Saturday we actually had some time off, and the Sunday and the Monday we filmed the video we were going to be filming, and the Tuesday we did a painting stream on Scott's Twitch, where I painted a miniature in 3 hours and almost finished it. It was like a world record for me. And that night I then flew back to Toronto and waited there for half an eternity, which is pretty much a day, almost. Not quite enough time to go into the city, only because the bloody train that goes from the airport to the city was not running. And then I got on a flight and flew back to Sweden. So it was a pretty intense sort of some intense traveling. Pretty much just one day off, and all the other days were pretty full on, which was a lot of fun. But I have been feeling slightly tired since then, especially with the jet lag. Eddie Frey says, I would love to see a Squidmar collab with you. Yes, I believe Emil is a very busy man. He has asked me up at one point in time, and I actually said no, because it was during a school holiday, and I had my son, and so it would mean not getting to spend time with my son during the school holiday. But hopefully we can get something else together again in the future. By the way, everyone who's in here, please press the thumbs up. There is 66 of you, and there's only 36 likes. The thing is, when you press the like button, then people actually get told that there is a stream going. Otherwise, they won't even know it's happening. It's strange. YouTube is like that. If no one likes it, then they won't recommend it to other people, and no one will watch it. And you might as well have not done it, unless the fact is that you actually enjoy spending the time with the people that are in the chat right now, which is what I'm doing. But you get my point. So thumbs up, please. But yes, Eddie, it would be great to meet Emil. Marcus is hyped for the diorama. Got to get back to work. It's great to see you, Marcus. I will talk to you soon again. Adrian says, played SB. What's SB? With counters the other day. What's SB, Adrian? Smurf in USA says, what a coincidence. I just got Aliens, another glorious day in the corpse. Yeah. I mean, it's I guess, ooh, I need to be careful. This thing is really, I guess it's a little bit of a ploy on the fact that there's Tyranids coming, I guess. I should have a darker brown. That brown was made. They look like they poop now. I mean, I'm sorry, but why is there poop all over the floor? Darn it. Mark says, I came here to get away from the likes of Squidmar personally. Yeah, I think, I totally agree with the fact that there is content we like, and then there's content we don't like. But that's at least not going to stop me from, trying to meet other people that do the same thing as I, especially when they're in the same country. And I admire Emil for the fact that he is doing a very hard job and working hard. But I get it. Everyone likes different styles of videos. Anna Karin is saying, people below the live stream, what comment field do you guys have? YouTube is giving me girl with dogs comment field. I don't get you there quite, Anna. What's going on? No, so I'm excited to be back, and I would have wanted to start on the video and the diorama faster, but I had to catch up on regular work. So this is like the first time I sit down and paint since I got back, and that was more than a week ago. So this feels nice, but I need to get rid of the poop vibe on the tentacles. Or maybe I can let's add some purple. Poop's never purple, hopefully not. To the brown, and we'll be fine. Do you want to see something flashy? Desperately tried to get rid of this effect today, but I can show you just because you'd probably enjoy it. Let's see. My paint rack is doing weird things. What does this do? See, this is so not me. But I need to do it for a video. But I guess maybe some people would like it. Yeah. Strange things, huh? It can also be timed to music. And heartbeat. How about the strobe? This will be nice and relaxing for the rest of the stream, right? Or running water. This is not a bunker. This is so not a bunker. Let's go back. No, I never said green. Better. And a bit darker. Thank you. Totally necessary to have. Otherwise, you just can't find your paints. Mark Flanagan is saying, keep thinking to pack some hobby stuff and see if I can make practical. But no, I will never get escape time in hotel, hiding from colleagues. Yeah, see, that's kind of I've done that like 2 times now, or 3. Actually, brought things with me in situations like that, and it's been absolutely lovely. And so I know it kind of feels weird going to your hotel room, setting up like a paint station thing, but I really liked it, and so I can recommend it. Don't need to be tons of things. You can just concentrate on like the one thing you need, because you only might get like half an hour in or something like that, maybe an hour. And so it's not like you need to bring all your paints and all the things. It's like you can paint the boots on one miniature and then feel like you've achieved something. trying to add some not as feces colored brown to the brown. I guess these will get, I'm going to make them slightly pale as well. I don't really know what color these eggs are supposed to be. You know, I'm not known for doing exactly things exactly the way they were intended. I've also apparently been filming for absolute ages that I kind of forgot. That's the reason for this slightly different setup with the crappy camera filming me. The good camera's over here, so I can film what I'm doing right now and put that in a video. I also thought that if I could actually, do some painting during live streams, then there is a chance that I might do more live streams, because then I can actually just sit like this for a while and say hi to whoever drops in. What would you think of that? Is that a good idea or a bad idea? Do you like Alex, who is constantly paying attention to the chat at your every whim, or does it work out having Alex that sits and paint at the same time? Because I mean, I'm here to hang out with you, but I guess you're here to hang out with me. So would it be dull to have an Alex that is not paying you tons of attention? Please tell me, my dear friends. Okay, what happened? Michael Strange says, "Don't ever play poker against Alex. His poker face is done." Oh wait, here I am. Yes, I just if I knew how to play poker, then that would probably be a good some good advice. As I don't really know how to play poker, then it's probably a good idea to play poker against me, because I'd be going, "What's this red card?" You know. Yeah, some comments on the lights. I know it's. I mean, it's different strokes for different folks. I was desperately trying to find like a bunker setting, and all I could find was like disco settings. I'm sure it can be tweaked, but I mean, it's kind of fun. It's just not my thing, and I'm sure there's tons of people who think like that would be awesome. So I'm not going to judge. I'm just gonna accept that people are different, and there are people out there that enjoy silly disco lights in their painting rack. And I won't think less of you for it, especially not since I should probably be saying that it's absolutely awesome, as it's absolutely awesome. Are they brown? It's like I did watch a little bit of the first Alien film, and everything is just so, it's dark and moody lighting, and there's like smoke and mirrors. There's not really there's not like a color chart of how the weird slimy alien tentacles are colored, Cyborg Sloth says, could be a fun effect if it randomly lights up one of the color groups as a roulette wheel to pick a random color scheme. Now that would be nice. Or to have like, here's my red paints, so there's a red color, here's the blue paints, just as a thing. Yes. Ernst Weinholtz, how are you doing? A little bit late to the party. What are we painting today? We're painting this thing. It's a diorama base for a diorama for a video that I'm working on, and I'm trying currently to the tentacles at the moment look like poop, which was not my intention, and so I'm going to try and maybe make them look a bit more like intestines by adding more purple and then maybe making them look a bit more pale. I'm guessing you can see what the theme is just by, the very pop culturally ingrained aliens. Funny how some things are just like instantly, just, at least for me, so many emotions attached to just seeing an egg like this. It's kind of interesting. The symbolism is strong with these eggs. And then there's these nasty things, right? That's what we're working on. Ernst? Cams99 says, any plans to attend Adepticon? I mix all these different cons up. Which one is the Adepticon? Is that the one that just was like a month back or something like that? I mean, I guess I could say that I could probably never go unless someone sponsored the trip, like somehow paid for the flight and then for hotels, pretty much. I don't make any money really off of YouTube. There is money being made, and I get great support from my patrons, but that just kind of goes back into just paying for things and rent and just a little bit of the time that I actually do spend on the videos. There's no way there's any money over to like spend on not working and going to get on a flight and to live in a hotel. So the trip that I just made to visit Dave at Miniwargaming and then Scott the flights were paid for by a sponsor. And like the videos will be on other channels, and I stayed in Scott's home and Dave owns a hotel, so I could stay there for free, kind of a thing, so it all worked out great. But it's still the fact that I've then been away from home for 1.5 weeks without working and didn't, can erase 1.5 weeks of pay from this month's wages, so to speak. I did have tons of fun though, so I'm not saying it's not worth it. I'm just saying it's a bit tricky to just go to Adepticon because it would be fun, Nick Butler says, I see John Blanche is retiring his art style informed many other painters. How about you, Alex? Were you ever into Blanche too? I mean, the style is very sort of, I guess, dominant to enhance that feeling of the grim dark. I kind of see a lot of the other Games Workshop art is a little bit more glossy dark. It's like heroic fantasy more than grim. And John Blanche's stuff is some of the only stuff that I know that actually looks grim. I know there's more than him, but he's one of them that is actually puts the grim in the dark. And for that, I very much appreciate it because it's not really seen in the miniatures all that much anymore and stuff like that. Everything is a bit glossy and glorified, and slightly cartoonish, I guess. So yeah, I really enjoy his style. I didn't actually know that he was still working, to be honest, because it's like when everyone talks about a lot of his paintings, they just show things that were done in like the 90s. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not really into like people, and I'm sure he's a great person. I've never met him. I never talked to him, but he's done great work. FS says, having you trapped on the plastic was really great. One of the best episodes ever. Well, thank you very much for that. It was fun. I have no idea what I said. I think it's one of those things. It's kind of a little bit the same with live streams. It's like you do them, and then when you're done, I know I said things, but I don't know what they were. And it was the same thing there. I talked to Scott about it as well, and he's like, I've very rarely know what I've been saying, is what he was saying. But it was great. It was great to hang out with both of them. Two good people. Ernst says, "Can we have two Alexes at the same time? Then I could have a podcast." Cyberslot says, "Painting streams are nice. Could be a nice paint-along session." Yeah, I mean, I stop and talk. MVP says, "Painting Alex is super." That's good. It's just nice to... Sometimes it stresses me out when I reach the end and I'm like, okay, so no one's written anything. What am I supposed to do now? Just ad lib? I don't know. Now I can just relax and paint. I mean, I'm hoping a lot of you are relaxing and painting. Adrian says, "I like painting, Alex, and YouTube chat is so asynchronous. It makes a little difference." Yeah. When we were doing the live streams over with Scott, he actually has another Alex. I was going to say, no, he doesn't. I'm mixing up names because I'm terrible with names. But there's someone else helping out as well, behind the scenes, talking and helping, read in the chat and just keep people active. It's more difficult when you're on your own and you try and paint. Blue Fang says, "They look disgusting. I'm guessing that's what you want, though." Yeah, but I kind of want more sort of going in this direction. But I also got a little bit bored with that, so I think I'm going to put some black paint, black contrasty paint here, because that stuff should be darker. See how it flows. There's quite a few things on this little build here that would maybe benefit from some oil washes in the end, but I decided to not do that on this build. And now that's been on for too long again, and so I've filled up the hard drive. Okay, great. Definitely need someone to control my camera while I'm doing this, because I forget I'm recording. But yeah, I figured I'm actually not going to use oil paints on this build, just as a change. It's always nice to break habits. It's nice to learn new habits, and then it's great to break them. That's not what I wanted to do. So I'm thinking this floor is supposed to be a bit rusty as well. But it definitely needs to be darker in the recesses of this whatever that is. But I should pop another hard drive in so that I can record what I'm doing, or else you won't be able to watch it again. What's everyone else working on? Am I the only one painting? Robin Smile says, ever had the feeling of painting a new army and don't want to F it up, so you never start? No, I've had the experience of painting a new army and I don't want to F it up, so I never get done. Yeah, I need to finish my Stormcast. Bluefang says, do you want them organic? Yes, I want them organic without being organic excrement. Yes. Okay, press record, Alex. Can someone remind me to stop recording in about a minute? I only need a few brush strokes. So this is the dreaded contrast paint, the black one, which is a paint I like. It's the only contrast paint I use, pretty much. Not really true, but almost. One can also use one's fingers to paint. Okay, Alex, stop recording. Thank you. Let's see what people are working on. Flying Garble is working on Mortarion now. Which one's Mortarion? It sounds like an angry 40k person. I guess they're all angry, but extra angry. Clyde Dashing is working on Lord of the Rings Witch King. Cool. Do you paint them just because you want to paint them, or are you playing the game, Cloud? I can't remember if you play the game. Cyber Sloth is playing some City Skylines. Oh, that's the city builder thing. Would paint, but I'm cleaning my table so I can copy. Cool. I actually want to redo everything in here, including the legs to this table, because they're too wobbly. And then I want to rearrange stuff because I might have been sent another 3D printer that doesn't fit because it's big. Yeah. And stuff. Hello, go for it painting. How are you doing? Ernst is working on consuming my dinner, but tomorrow I'm continue painting my Maccabean Janissary kill team. Sounds cool. Killing You Softly, Metal Blood Angels Bannerman. Nice. I saw some very nice red on the 52 Miniatures Discord the other day, which was gold paint, then covered with Blood Angels contrast paint. It was a very nice red, very cool for like armored things. Like would probably look pretty cool on metallic-y type Blood Angels, if they're allowed to be metallic-y. I just realized you just had to watch my finger there for quite a bit. Henry Collin, hi. I'm now drawing. Drawing is nice. I wish I knew how to draw. Williams John instead of John Williams. Does that mean you write music backwards for films? Sorry, that was a bad joke. Working on a mini for a gift for a friend. Incanter Knight from Sigmar. I love Stormcast to practice non-metallic metals. Yeah, I was I was thinking of how I'm going to be painting this fella. I vaguely thought maybe I should just try and do him non-metallic metal gold, because it was a while since I tried that. And then I thought, no, because there's so many squiggly bits. Like, what would gold look like on that thing? What would gold look like there? I'd just die, I think. So I might not do that. I might give him like a painted colored armor. Maybe do him yellow, actually, just because that would be weird. I don't know. Clyde Dashing says, your nostalgic rambling about Lord of the Rings minis on the podcast made me dig out some relics of the past. That's the Witch King. Oh, cool. Adrian is preparing for a weekend teaching children to VJ at a festival. That's pretty cool. Good work, Adrian. Eddie Frey is painting Luna Wolves, Space Marines from the Age of Darkness box. That's also cool. Dying to Paint is trying to paint a display standard for once, instead of just bathing my models in washes, to a display standard, instead of just bathing my models in washes and enamels, not animals. Because if you start dipping your miniatures in animals, that's just when it gets weird. Yeah. I mean, I think display standard and that is just individual, how high that level is, I guess. I don't know what my style of painting is, because I never intended for display, really, apart from on YouTube, I guess. That's kind of displaying it, maybe. Flying Gerbil says, yeah, pretty much. He's a giant plague demon guy. Yeah, that sounds like an angry 40k kind of a thing. Massive moth wings. Okay, yeah, I know the one. That's a cool mini. Nick Butler is working on Escher Gang Necromunda, which has been primed for about 5 years and assembled for longer. I can feel you there. They're kind of tiny, I guess, especially compared to massive Stormcast, but even to other things. I remember painting mine. They're kind of small. Once more, please don't forget, if you're new to the chat, press the like button and give me money. You can scratch the last one if you want, but please press the like button. Alejandro Cañas Munoz is painting some Bloodborne minis. What's a Bloodborne? Brico is painting Irene the Snail Slayer. There's a lot of things here I don't know about. McLanigan is working on a Tilly veggie burger and cheese chips, but no beer, as I'm working later on this evening. That's also nice. Go for it, painting. How are you doing? Blue Fangs is thinking of painting some Snarf Fang wolves tomorrow. Do you have a favorite color wolf, Alex? I think when they're sort of a little bit, tint towards the blue, but also are like speckled with gray, I think that would be my favorite wolf. So like, black, gray / blue, but with like white, bright gray streaks or something like that. You've painted me a wolf once. Do you remember? It's very nice. Okay, I'm going to try and get black into the bit. Oh, crap. It's a common mini painting word. Crap. Okay. I don't know, how is YouTube with like, are they nice? You're allowed to talk about beer and swear. Crap isn't really swearing, I guess. I don't know what one is allowed to say during live streams and not. I guess crap is very not really hardcore, is it? Nick Butler says, we'll be moving my office workshop soon and have discovered an IKEA storage solution called Alex. It was clearly meant to be. Yeah. I'm still waiting for the payout. Not from you, from IKEA. It doesn't seem to be happening. It's strange, that. Mountainside Tabletop. Hey, Alex, are you going to be doing any Shatterpoint stuff? Please teach us all how to paint better clone troopers. Shatterpoint, is that the new Star Wars thing that is in Star Wars Legion and everything is a little bit bigger? I mean, I should say, well, stick around, subscribe to the channel, and maybe one day. But I don't know, man. I've got so many things that I want to do already. Like the schedule of the ideas for videos are many, and so far none of them contain Shatterpoint. If I'd be smart, I'd be doing stuff like that, just to get more views. Just pick up whatever games are new and popular and just paint a mini and make a video about it and get new type of viewers in. But I'm so still just stuck into the painting exactly what it is I want to paint kind of a thing. And at the moment, like, Star Wars isn't in there. I'm a big Star Wars fan. I just, I want to paint Age of Sigmar stuff because I play that game. I want really would like to get things done for Silver Bayonet, and maybe some other smaller indie games. So I don't know, to be honest. I'd love to indulge you, but yeah. M. Crow is painting some Marienburgers for Mordheim. That's pretty cool. I'm going to be meeting up with, if all goes well, just grab a coffee with Leif from Devs and Dice on Saturday. I think Saturday morning at Alpha Spell. Just going to hang out and have a coffee. If you're in the neighborhood, you can always come say hi. But he's been doing a lot of Mordheim, so I want to talk to him about that. Cyborg Sloth says, think they let you do the swears. Cool. Victor also says, +1 on the Shatterpoint painting hits and tips. Okay, so there's 2 people in the chat already saying I should do Shatterpoint, which probably means like lots of people that are subscribing would love to see that. Okay, I'll reconsider. I don't even know how to play. I mean, okay. Is that like Legion, that there's like, what age of where in the timeline of Star Wars is it? Alejandro says, Bloodborne is a video game similar to Dark Souls. Maybe that one rings a bell. Okay, yeah. And they made a tabletop game, which is cool. Dark Victorian aesthetics. That's pretty cool. I should make a note just to Check it out. Okay, I guess I'll have to do a digital note because I don't have a pen and paper. I've got a lot of paint. Docs. Blood what? Bloodborne. Really need to clean these glasses properly. Everything is a little bit blurry. Nick Butler says, be fun to see you paint some Shatterpoint, but won't force it. Are you sure? Paint Shatterpoint. Is that forcing? Okay, sorry. Trying to be funny again. Clyde Dashing says, Leif and Alex in one place. Is that safe? I don't know. Last time he tried to push me minis. Yeah, we hang out sometimes. Not like super often, but I like Leif, and hopefully Leif likes me. For those of you who don't know Leif, he's got a channel called Devs and Dice that you should be checking out. He's started out doing quite a lot of more sort of RPG building, crafting kind of things, and lately he's been really stuck into Mordheim, I think, and he does these really crazy builds that are really beautiful. So it's a great watch. Iron McCarroll says, I want to begin an Iron Jaws AOS 40k Bad Moons, but I'm worried about the yellow. You should check out my video on painting yellow Space Marines that I put up like a month or so back. That kind of look like this. Here's one of them. This is very, very simple yellow, honestly. And you can see more about it in the video, which contains some tips and tricks on how to make it look sort of a little bit extra special. But I mean, seriously, this stuff, Imperial Fist contrast paint, yellow thingy, just works really well over a bright, sort of a white or a prime mini. But yeah, check that video out for some more tricks, but don't be afraid of the yellow. The yellow contrast paints work really well, and it's probably a good place to start. Clyde Dashing says, do Shatterpoint meets Grimdark? Yeah. Henry Collin says, talk with Leif about a collab with Shatterpoint or Mordheim in Age of Sigmar. Yeah. Hello, John Ashley Smith. How are you doing? Checking in from South Ontario. Too far nice a day here for indoor pursuits. Yes. But we do like our indoor pursuits, though. Or you could just sit and paint in the garden if you have one, John. Ramirez said, personally, I'd be more interested in seeing something different, like a historical diorama or something. Yeah, so would I. I guess that's one of my issues. I just like to do very many different things. After I've done this video that I'm painting this thingy for here, there's going to be a scale model diorama kind of a thing. A little bit like the tank, but also not like the tank video. If you folks have seen the tank video, which is the most recent video. I think maybe I should be more stressed out about the fact that I haven't released a video in almost a month. But I kind of feel okay about it because I have seriously been worked a lot with things for the channel, just in other countries and not making videos like normal. And so for you patrons out there that are watching this or listening to it, then thank you for patience and support. in the glorious afterlife, you shall be rewarded with eternal flowers on your pillow or something. Thank you. Hello, I like to paint minis. How are you doing? John Ashley Smith says, if you want to frustrate yourself, try painting yellow over a black undercoat. No, I wouldn't recommend that. That would just be silly. Tiger Tales asks, anyone pledged to the Miniwargaming the Dan project on GameFound? I haven't, but I painted some of the miniatures as I met up with Dave. They were actually 3D prints. So the Damned is going to be like sort of like cultists, I guess you would call them. They're going to be on a sprue, and sort of more classic torso separate from legs, separate from arms, kind of a thing. Don't take my word on it. Just like, I don't know how many bits, if it's torso and legs or just legs and torso put together, but you can choose different arms and different weapons and different heads, sort of like a bit more old school. All the bits fit together and you can build whatever you want, kind of a deal, which is fun. And they're sort of cultist looking things, hard plastic on a sprue, and it's mini wargaming together with Wargames Atlantic, I believe. So I painted some of them together with Dave. It was fun. They were sort of, the ones I painted were a bit larger, sort of ogre style things. There's plenty of different, I can link that in the video description as well. I think so. It's sort of like a Kickstarter, but it's on the other platform called GameFound. So if anyone is in need of like chaos cultist type things, then definitely worth checking out. Killing You Softly says, Holy Smurf, just applied the gold under my red for blood on angels like you stated. Later today, you'll be getting another Patreon. The advice was golden, red golden. Well, I'm glad to hear it. It wasn't actually me. It was one of my patrons who did it. But it's a good reason to be around the Discord, because people do these cool things, and I'm not going to take the credit for that one. But it looked really good in the pictures I saw, so I'm glad it worked. McLanigan says, had great conversations with content creators and visual researchers in Rome regarding the impact of the algorithm pressure due to short form rather than long form content. I named you several times. Thank you, Mick. I mean, that definitely is a thing. It would have huge impact. I mean, yeah, in so many ways. We consume things very fast now, and faster and faster, and it's like, if I'm still amazed that people watch my content at like 2.5 speed, or more, just because it's possible, and that's like how people have learned how to consume content. For me, that isn't. I'd rather than just not do it. But I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's different strokes for different folks, but it's just fascinating how fast things have changed from like, whatever we saw visually in like film or on television was kind of slow, and then films got faster and faster, and then like now if you're on YouTube, it's just like ultra fast. Apart from the ads are slow, because otherwise, how would the money be made? But it sounds like an interesting conversation, Mick. Adrian Giddings says, you could do making money painting Space Marines, but it's just clone troopers. That'll make everyone happy video. Yeah, It's a good idea. Phil wants chocolate flowers on his pillow, please, Alex. I think that's a higher Patreon tier, Phil. Cyborg Sloth says, "Love hard plastic sprues." I agree. Phil has always consumed cake and fried food at least two times speed. John Ashley Smith says, "Why everyone seems to be in a hurry. I've consciously slowed down. Never liked following the herd anyway." I know, but and I'm with you, John. It's just difficult when if you're a creator and you're kind of doing that a little bit consciously, like I am, then there is a bit of there's a bit of loss in viewership. I'm presuming, at least, because the herd is liking fast and flashy, like, right? Oh no, can I not? I don't. I was gonna do fast and flashy on my lights, but the device is connecting. Stupid thing. Can we? There we are. Making content for this day and age with my paint track. We can do this one. That's better. It's a bit more mellow. How about no statics? No fun. Yeah, I should just have them more in the videos. I guess that'd be win. Mark says, "Fast content for fast buck, but doesn't last. No loyalty. Loyalty long term is best. Low and slow. Maybe only appreciated with age." Yeah, that's a good question, because even if you have a lot of viewers only in short term, you still might be getting new viewers all the time. I keep reaching for these things. I don't know why. Okay, let's put some of this on. I wonder what will happen. Okay. Is that good? I don't think so. No. Stay away from the washes, Alex. Yes, Alex. I mean, if you're constantly getting new views in, then you don't really have to care about if you lose people, because as long as you gain more than you lose, then you're winning, kind of. So if you're fast and you get people in, then I don't know. I don't really care. I enjoy what I'm doing. I'm gonna concentrate on thinking less and less about these things, and just try and paint these to look less like turds. That's all I care about right now. I figure for once, probably in this project, I will be using gloss varnish on these things. Like I always matte varnish everything I'm doing, but I think in this case, like these should be slimy and gloss varnished. Don't you think? They'll definitely look like dried poo if they're matte varnished. I've actually sculpted these things out of green stuff. Sculpted, maybe it sounds like, you know, I just kind of twisted green stuff together and placed it in a pleasing manner. Sculpting sounds like it was advanced. It wasn't really, but it was fun. People who have painting streams, they usually have music going constantly, don't they? So much to learn. Also, they do it on Twitch, but I'm not going to be. I'm not going to be on Twitch. Mick Lanigan is wondering if the eggs are 3D printed. Yes, the eggs are 3D printed, and these boxes, like the storeroom vibe thing, is 3D printed. This is just plasticard and a sheet of whatever you call that, mesh. So pretty simple. But yes, the eggs are 3D printed. I mean, they're really kind of nasty. These things. Probably should add more purple, make them a bit nastier. But I'm going to try and see how sort of pale, sort of Caucasian skin tone-ish I can make them, I think, first. And then maybe add some, I don't know, yellow and purple or something. Would be kind of nasty. The brown was just, yeah, that was not a good life choice. This is a so-called random painting. I can't usually do this quite a lot. I just kind of, I don't know. I don't paint very systematically. It's just things go around in my hands, and I put paint here and there, and then I change the paints, and then I just kind of add layer by layer, not really focusing on the one spot. Probably be time consuming instead of just trying to have some kind of a thought through plan of attack. I'm just such a big fan of seeing things gradually change into something different that I can't really, I'm just not good at being systematic, because that means, I guess that means having a plan as well. I don't really have a plan. I just try things, and if it works out, then it works out. If not, I do something different until things work out. Like I did accidentally make this all look like poo at the start of the stream, and so then I just try and change that. And now it doesn't really look all that much like poo anymore. kind of a little bit. We're getting more into intestine territory, which is good. Blue Fang says, "You don't stop talking, so no music needed." Yeah. After the streams, I stopped talking for days. Phil says, "Music comes easy to you, Alex. We know this. You and a guitar is harmony." I know, but it's really difficult to sit and paint. Read this. Remember to press the buttons, read the chat, paint, and play the guitar at the same time. It's just real tricky. I'm not going to read that comment out loud, Phil. Tiger says, "Why would you need anything more than Alex's melodious voice?" Yeah, it's just the panic of hearing the silence, I guess. Decomposed flesh sounds like a good paint for this, right? I wonder if I've ever used it. Yes, I have. Okay, let's use some of that. Decomposed flesh with a bit of purple in it to start with. Mark Flanagan says, "What artist genre would you choose for your background music?" I'm thinking Brian Eno, or some Boards of Canada, or perhaps a lovely contraction, Napalm Death. Yeah. I think yeah. I mean, I don't really do music in my videos apart from when I make it myself, and so that's why there never is that much music, because I unfortunately don't have that much. Oh, that was a lot of. There was a lot of white. Sometimes when you use a paint, you realize how much white is in it, because it's just so excessively opaque. Maybe because I switched from previous scale 75 paints to an AK interactive paint as well, but it was just very opaque. Okay, definitely intestine territory. You want to see? Or like, I don't know if this is good, if intestines is good or not, but we're there. As I said, like in the movies, they're kind of just never well lit. They're just lying around on the floor looking slimy, like dark brown, yellow rubber tubes. And so it's kind of weird trying to paint them. But I mean, I don't really have to be following any rules here. It's just interesting of what one sees in a film and what one doesn't see in a film. See, that works. Okay. Am I filming this? No, I'm not filming this. Why am I not filming this? See, now I went quiet because things were starting to look good and I started to concentrate. Okay, back from the dead. Yeah, I don't know what artist, Mark. It's a difficult question, to be honest. I don't know. That's why I don't have music. I think it would be too big a choice for me in some ways because I kind of listen intently to music. I could probably do like classical music, be like watch Alex paint and listen to Mozart. That would be different. But otherwise, it's just I definitely can see why people just go for the sort of instrumental vibes, just to not put too much. I mean, I guess the worst thing that can happen is that someone doesn't like the music and stop watches your stream because they don't like the music. So it needs to be kind of anonymous, you know? Mick says, I missed the context. I was out for getting food. I'm assuming this is the base for the alien diorama. Yes, this is for an alien diorama for the next video. And I've been working on this for not many hours. It's just that the video hasn't been. It should be done by now, and it's not. I haven't put out a video in a long time. It feels like. There's also a sponsor in this video that's been waiting for this video for quite some time. But yes, aliens. It's such a good movie, the first one. So scary in a good way. Like, at least for me, because I don't really like scary movies. See you, Blue Fangs. Tom, no, I stopped the recording. Thank you. John Ashley Smith says, I'm mystified as to why my teenage daughter has a Bob Ross poster on her wall. I mean, you can always, if ever you meet a guy that's, seems nice and is a little bit interested in hanging out with your daughter and, I'm sorry, I don't know how old your daughter is, and you want to help him out, you can always tell him how to fix his hair to maybe stand a better chance. Phil says, you just need 1 10-minute loop of guitar, Alex, and then use it for every vid. Thanks, Phil. Phil says, maybe just desaturate the walls of the eggs to look a little more transparent. Yeah. I want to sneak some kind of yellow in there, I think, a bit more. There already is some streaks kind of here, this pale yellowish color. I kind of want to get there at some point. I just really haven't gotten there yet. I mean, I just want it to look nasty and alive. Is the point. And yeah, hopefully not like poop. I've been saying that a lot. It was just kind of fun. I apologize. It was just so obviously poopy. I'll stop now. Sorry. Something that I, in theory, would like to practice a bit more on these dioramas is some kind of sense of light, which I haven't been doing very much on these. They're all sort of evenly lit. There's no mysterious. There's not like the light comes from anywhere, or that there's dark parts and bright parts. Not that I need to do like OSL things necessarily, just more a sense of light. But I actually find that really difficult in a diorama because there's so many things to take into account. Like on a miniature, it's maybe a little bit easier, just the one. But on a diorama, it's pretty tricky. I think. Like to get that sort of moody vibe. There's, yeah. Even when I start with the Zenithal Prime, I don't really get there. I don't know why. I should probably practice more. Hello, Monument Hobbies. How are you doing? Welcome to this lovely stream of nastiness. Painting some kind of piles of alien. I guess they're what's the name for that in English? Umbilical cord, the from the belly button into the womb thing. That's like what this is, just from egg to egg, which is kind of nasty. Paint Killing You Softly says umbilical cord, says Maple Leaf Magic. Yeah, that's the ones. Facehuggers. Oh yes. The Bungry Jump string. Thanks, Cyborg Slot. Killing You Softly says, getting over a painting motivation issue by completely changing my style of painting, going from grimdark battle damage to retro painting bright colors. Do you ever find this helpful for yourself? Yeah, sure. I think I always try and do something different a little time, something a little different every time I paint, even if it's just in the small things. And that's why things usually take kind of long. I have a real hard time batch painting because that means doing the same thing repeatedly, and so that's definitely, something that I use to keep myself inspired. But it also means that my painting usually takes longer. And like, so say with like my Stormcast army, for example, that is now 2 years since I started that painting for that army, which is like I already have a Stormcast army. This is just the second Stormcast army. Obviously, I haven't been painting it actively for 2 years because I've been doing lots of different other projects as well. It's just I never just sit down and kind of say I'm just going to batch paint this. And that's kind of how you get armies done, is you say you're going to sit down and just batch paint this, because otherwise they just kind of don't get done as fast. And so I use that tool, but it's also, and it's great because it keeps me happy and inspired. But for some things, it just means it takes longer to finish things like an army and stuff like that. So it can probably be sometimes used with caution depending on what one is going for, you know. Because you might get bored of the new style after a while as well, I guess. But I definitely think people should be trying new things and different things, even for just the one mini, because there's always different things to learn. Like I've never really sort of done the classical layer painting thing much. And then sometimes I do it and I'm like, wow, this is really nice. And then I do that for a little bit, and then I go back to like wet blending and I go, wow, this is really nice. And it's just a way to keep inspired and having fun. For me, at least. I know people are different. Some are really comforted by having exactly the same techniques. Because that means you can plan how long things take. If you're going to paint an army or whatever, a war band, and you know, this is going to take me 3 weeks and then it's going to be done because I know exactly how long every miniature would take. And some people really enjoy that. And I can definitely understand that. It's just not how I do it. Which is why I don't have many war bands. Maple Leaf Magic says, love the channel, and man, your desk setup looks impressive. But that clean cutting mat is something I can never achieve in my hobby room. I just tidied this today to be able to fit my computer and this thing that controls the camera. This was covered. So it's only clean because it was time to stream. Tom says, still recording, should you be? Not recording, thank you, Tom. I probably should have been recording, but yeah, I don't know. John says, I go from painting figures to mecha or spacecraft or historical models like aircraft, tanks and ships and terrain. Draw and paint, so many hobbies, so little time. Yes, it's nice to change what you paint. Makes it easier to change the style as well, like painting a scale. Painting a scale model tank is a lot of fun, but also very different than from like painting an alien egg. Exodus says, "What's your opinion on Infinity miniatures?" I've painted like 3 or 4 of them, or maybe more, but not tons. For my Stargrave crew, there's a video. It's called something like how I got over my not wanting to paint. Well, I can't remember what it's called. And it was like metal Infinity miniatures, and I think they look really cool, but they were kind of a little bit difficult to paint because there was so many small details on them in some cases, and like the details were so sharp that they were even they were a little bit tricky to paint. I like the style, I like how they're sort of shaped, and all of that, but a little bit difficult to paint. All right, my dear friends, I believe I've been at this for about 2 hours now, and I should be soon meeting a friend. This is a little bit of the nasty sort of tentacle vibes that got done today, and eggs. I hope. Oh, I missed some paint right there. See that? It's not supposed to be gray. Anyway, I really would like to be able to finish this entire thing tomorrow, but I don't know if that'll be possible. But it would be good. I kind of like the I was about to say testicle vibe, but I meant intestine vibe. But now I said it, and now that's stuck. Yeah. Okay. I think that means it's time to end the stream. Thank you so much for joining in. Hope you didn't mind this little bit different take of me sitting here painting. I think that might be a new thing. Don't know. We'll see. Please, if you're watching this after the fact that it's been live, don't forget to like, because it just helps spread the stream to other people to know that it exists. And if you want to support the channel, there's a Patreon that you're more than welcome to join if you fancy that. You can also sort of super comment and do all those kind of things, which is just lovely. I'm just really glad that you stopped by to hang out, all of you. Thanks so much for today, and I'll see you soon again. Bye.